but with other looks, this mascara does not budge. Hi, I hope you're all well. If you're new around here, hello, it's lovely to meet you, and if you are returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name's Alana and I'm a 37-year-old lady living in Scotland, and that's where my accent is from. And on this channel we predominantly talk all things beauty, skincare, hair care, lifestyle, travelly, bloggery, vloggery bullshit, but with a liberal sprinkling of, some might say, sarcasm and cynicism thrown in on top. Now, I do like a sweary word on this channel. If you're not into that kind of thing, I completely understand. Please feel free to vacate. But if it does sound like your kind of thing, there's a subscription button in the corner, give it a wee thumbs up and all that other YouTuber crap. Anyway, this video is going to be a wee kind of, I want to say a monthly roundup, but it's probably going to be the month of March and April. But I never really done one at the end of March and I never really got around to it, so I thought, why not just tell you now kind of what I've been using and what I've been doing. There hasn't been that much makeup application going on in life lately because I wasn't very well. It just hasn't been at the forefront of my mind. However, I do have some skincare and body stuff to tell you about because I spoke about it way back in February and kind of haven't talked about it since, so I do want to tell you about that. And I'm going to tell you just what my average kind of everyday situation has been at the moment. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, then just keep on watching. And yes, this video was filmed straight after the other one I filmed the other day, and life is just too short to worry about having to change your t-shirt because I can't. But what I'm going to do is start off with, let's start off with a couple here. No, let's start off with this one. It's from the Body Shop. It is their body butter. It is the almond milk one. Almond or almond? What do you say? The reason I'm asking is because I say almond. Alan says almond. Who's right? I don't know. Anyway, this is for dry and sensitive skin. It says it has 96 hours of nourishing moisture. I have pretty much used this up now, if you can see here. It was given to me at Christmas alongside the same shower cream, I want to say. It wasn't a shower gel, it was a shower cream. I love the fragrance. The fragrance is stunning, beautiful. What I was going to say is though, I haven't had a Body Shop butter for a while. I've never had this almond one before, but it's so thick. Like, basically when this started, I was a little bit like, is this frozen? Like, it was, honestly, I had to scrape at it to get it out to properly use it. But it's a very, very, very thick moisturising cream, to the point that I think some people would find this too heavy on their skin. Obviously, I've only used it for my body. See on my flanks and stuff like that, on the side of your back here, that is so itchy. I've got such dry skin there. So there, and on my legs and stuff, I really, really appreciate a very, very heavy cream. But I don't remember Body Shop butters being like that. I always remember them being a little bit looser, a little bit more, like, yeah, body butter, but a little bit more lotiony. This is very, very thick. Is it just because this is the almond milk one and because it's for dry and sensitive skin? Or have they changed something in the recipe now? Because it's totally different texture from what I remember it, but I'm really enjoying it. Then I have two hair products because my hair desperately needs cut. I know it needs cut. It's an absolute mess at the moment. My fringe is away out to the sides. My colour is gone, basically. It's almost, you know, I don't want to say it's blonde. There's a little bit of orange still going on in there, but it is very, very light now. It desperately needs hair cut and coloured. And I just haven't got around to doing it yet, so that will come. But when I mentioned that I was feeling like things were getting a bit dry, a bit dull, a bit lacklustre, a couple of months ago I told you that I was sent this from Garnier along with another two. This one is the watermelon. It's supposed to be plumping watermelon hair food, so it's like a hair mask. And I quite like this. I think it's quite nice. I want to say I've maybe had like 4 washes out of this. I don't use it consistently all the time. Maybe like once or twice every 2 weeks or something, but it's very, very nice. What's nice as well is that you can shampoo your hair and then use this like a conditioner. You can put it on dry hair as like a mask and then rinse it out and still shampoo and all that kind of stuff. Or you can put it on wet hair and leave it on as a mask as well. I'm pretty sure that's what it says you can do, leave in. I never quite understood the instruction in the back of this. It says leave in on wet or dry hair. Apply a little amount on the lengths and the tips. That would suggest to me that you're putting this straight on your hair or when it's wet and you're leaving it in and styling it with it in it. I've only ever rinsed it off. I don't think I would want to leave it in my hair because I've got very fine hair. Like, it's not thin hair, but it's fine. It's flat and very straight, right? So I wouldn't want to leave it in, I don't think. Anyway, I am enjoying this. I think it's quite nice. I also was sent this over Tresemme Lamellar Shine. They sent over the shampoo, the conditioner, they sent over a leave-in serum, and they sent the oil as well. The shampoo, conditioner and the leave-in serum I have passed on to my mother-in-law, because I think that is definitely the kind of treatment you're wanting for dyed hair. Like, yes, I have dyed hair, but it's not all over my head, whereas my mother-in-law has like dyed hair from the roots. And I think when you've got dyed hair like that, then you almost do need to treat it a little bit differently. It needs more nourishment, it needs more kind of masking, all that kind of stuff to keep it nice and soft and supple. So I passed that on to her, because if I'm honest with you, when I was using the leave-in serum, I felt like there was something on my hair. It felt like there was some sort of like, cast isn't the right word. It felt like as if it was some sort of texture on my hair, despite kind of, you know, drying it, styling it, and the next day, it felt like there was something coating my hair, and I didn't love it. However, this, the oil, I quite like. I think it's really nice. And if it's like, I actually washed my hair today, so it's okay. It probably doesn't really need it today. But let's say after a couple of days and my hair's getting really dull, I do like putting a couple of pumps of this just through the ends. I don't tend to put it up here because, as I say, I've got fine and flat hair, but it is also renowned to be quite greasy as well. So I don't want to put oil up there. But I have to say, I do quite like this to give a little bit more gloss back to the hair on the ends. I'm enjoying that. The rest of the range, not for me. And I've got two kind of skincare things here. This one is kind of skincare come makeup. But this one is from Bubble. I think I mentioned this. It's the Bubble Cloud Surf Water Cream Moisturiser. It's the one that you like push the top on. It's like the drunk elephant stuff, blah, blah, blah. But this is the one that said it treated hydrated and acne prone skin, is that right? Like dry skin and acne prone skin. I didn't quite understand. I've not kept the box, so I can't even tell you now. What I'm going to say, the long and short of it is, I think, I can't see obviously because of the packaging. If I could see into it, I feel like I've got through a fair amount of this in the last month. So I have been using that as my daytime moisturiser pretty much religiously. I do not like it as much as my Curel. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not doing anything bad. I just feel like for me, having drier skin, I'm getting a little bit more moisture and longevity out of the Curel one than I am out of this. I feel like I put this on and my skin's fine after, but I just feel like maybe, I want to say within maybe 5 hours, like say it's a morning when I've not put any makeup on and then I put Jack down for a nap and I think it's nap time. Do you know what, I'm going to put something on just now where he's having a sleep. I feel like I need to go in with something on top before I apply makeup, whereas if I'm using my Curel one, I feel like it lasts me a lot longer. So this is nice, but it's probably not going to be one that I pick up again. It was fine. I do quite like the little applicator. I think that's quite nice, but honestly, I just prefer the Curel. I hands down love it. They have actually brought out a new one now, but it was probably out a month ago because I've not been on here. And I think it was specifically, it was like purple packaging. I maybe spoke about it. I think I might have. I'll put it here if I haven't spoke about it. But it's just like for more anti-aging, drier, older skin, I want to say. And I was very intrigued by that. I thought, I'm interested. However, I'm enjoying the original. So why, I feel like, why am I bothering? I think at some point I will try the purple one. But at the moment, I have no need to go and buy that because I've still got a tub of Curel there that I'm using up. I still have to finish this as well, which I will do. So just slow your roll. We don't need to be doing that. I suppose I should tell you as well, actually, just briefly, with regards to habits and spending and all that. Monzo I'm still using. I love it. It's so good. It has helped me so much since the start of the year just to monitor what I'm spending and when not to be spending, and also has helped me save a lot of money with the little like pots that they do. I'm really enjoying it. Habits have totally went out the window. Totally. I was doing really well. I would say I was doing really well till mid-March, I want to say. And then it just all went downhill, and it was probably because I was quite unwell and I haven't really went back to it since. So, you know, we haven't really like got on the horse again. I'm kind of thinking like, should I just get back on? Like, you know, I hit my 8,000 steps a day, all that stuff that I'd said I was promised I was going to do. Nope. It's all fell by the wayside. But what I'm thinking is, at the moment, it's fine. I've got a wee trip away next week. Let's see after that how I am, and maybe I'll get back on the horse again. Still wearing my Fitbit for the most time. It's actually charging at the moment. But I just feel like I have not I have not got on board with that because I've been feeling so unwell and just not myself. This here from ELF, the Sun Touchables, or Sun Touchable, not an S on the end, sorry. It's called the Woe Glow SPF 30 sunscreen. I think it's lovely. It's an SPF and makeup primer. SPF of 30, as I've said before, I would love them to be 50. That's my favourite one to use. However, at the moment in Scotland, mentioned it in my other video, the weather has been fucking horrific. It's horrible. It's just been raining all the time. It's windy, it's dark. You would have no idea that spring was here. No idea at all. Other than the fact that there's been a few daffodils going up, you wouldn't have a clue. It's dire. Absolutely fucking dire. The nights are lighter, I'm not going to deny that, but it's been dreich. It's been horrible. So, I'll wear my SPF of 30 and I will use this up. I think this is really nice. I'm really enjoying it. I've got it on today actually as well. I think it is a lovely glow. It doesn't interact with any other makeup that I put on top of it. It works really well. I do wish it was an SPF of 50 because this is probably one that I wouldn't take on holiday if we're going on holiday to Greece in June. I wouldn't take this one with me. I would probably take the Soltan or buy my Isntree one again because they're SPF of 50. But it's very, very nice. So maybe like if I put that one on at the start of the day, if I was on holiday in Greece, then maybe topped up with this one. If we were going out, maybe a walk around Rose Town or something. So I had a little bit more, like had a bit of a base on. But if I was just strictly lying by the pool, then I'm just going to be using the SPF of 50 on my face. I am. And it's very, very nice though. Very, very nice. I think it's a really, really nice texture. I do rate it. I just say it all the time. Just wish it was an SPF of 50. Now, as I say, with regards to makeup, there's not been a lot going on. Nothing really that exciting to tell you about. But I feel like there's a couple of things that I want to round back to tell you about because I didn't really tell you about them after initially talking about them. One of them is this that I don't think I've spoken about this at all yet. This is the Avon Extreme Volume Extrovert Mascara. Now, it's not what I've got on today. We will talk about what I've got on today in a wee minute. But I picked this up. Did I pick this up at the end of January, start of February? I am still, actually, do you know what? I'm saying habits have went out the window, but I'm still very much on budget with regards to spending and beauty and all that kind of stuff. Doing well there. This is such a nice mascara. Now, this is a little bit more volumizing and a little bit more spidery than I would usually go for. I'm just going to show you the brush here. It's a proper bristly brush. I've tried to say that 3 times now and I can't say it. Bristle brush wand. It's a proper bristle brush wand. And it is something that if I was doing like a really heavy eye look, a dark look, a smoky look, a grungy look, this mascara, fan-fucking-tastic. I really, really like it. They do the legendary lashes as well from Avon that I really wrote home about, but this one is beautiful. And as I say, it is that little bit more slightly clumpy, slightly like thicker, fuller volumizing effect, which isn't what I go for on the daily. But when you're doing that kind of look and you almost want it to look like the mascara's been there for a few days, this one, fantastic. I really, really like this for those kind of looks. It's very, very nice. But with regards to the ELF Lash Extender, this was the one that was in the video when I was talking about all the kind of ELF dupes and what they do. This is beautiful. This is what I've got on my eyes today. Let me just zoom you in a wee bit. It gives you long, full, fanned out lashes. It gives you kind of a little bit of volume as well, but I definitely think it's more of a fanned out effect on the lashes. But what I will say about this mascara is it does not budge. Not one little bit. And that is something that happens to me all the time, and probably does still happen with this, but because I'm putting it on with such a dark smudgy eye, I don't really notice so much. But with other looks, this mascara does not budge. I love it. I also have to say, this is obviously a tubing mascara, that's what it markets itself as, and I have used tubing mascaras before, but I don't think they've ever properly been tubing mascaras, not in the true sense of the word. This one is one of these ones that if I just use water on this, and that's maybe if I've just got this on, because a lot of the days I don't go out of the house without any eyeshadow and all that other stuff on. If I go out of the house and I've just got this on, I can take water and it will just crumble away. It just pulls off the lashes a little bit like chewing gum. Just comes away, and it's not hard. It's not like you're tugging at your lashes in. Just comes away, just slides off. Fantastic. Love this stuff. I am really, really enjoying it. With regards to facey, basey things, I have really not been putting anything on my face or basey wise. I have been reaching for this one from ELF, which is their Flawless, oh, what is it called? Flawless Brightening Concealer. It's like the version of Touche Éclat. It's okay. I'm not going to say this to you that it's a must-have, because it's not. It absolutely isn't. It doesn't give super duper full coverage. I don't find it to be as emollient as like the ones that I used to enjoy from Glossier and stuff like that. My stretch concealer that I love. But what I will say is it gives me just enough. If it is a day where I'm like, I'm just going to put my mascara on and get out the door, I'm not doing anything else, it gives me enough. But on days when I want a little bit more coverage, I have been reaching for this again, which is the number 7 Stay Perfect concealer stick. Now I have used a fair chunk out of this. I don't know if you can see that there. For a concealer product, that is a decent whack out of that. And I think this is a brilliant product. I think this is so nice. This is the one that I've said before, I feel like is a dupe of the Merit Minimalist. I think it's really, really nice. This one is slightly more matte in its finish as opposed to the Minimalist with a little bit more satin. However, this one is much more accessible and is cheaper as well. They do this in a foundation stick, but I've never tried the foundation version. But I kind of use it all over and just eke it out as a bit of a foundation, and I still really like it. So I've been reaching for that one, or for the e.l.f. one. If I want more coverage, I'm going for this. Blushers, I'm still going for the kind of peachy, peach fuzz of 2024. And I've been using this one from Melt a lot for that. What is it called again? Sandy Cheeks. And it doesn't look super peachy here, I don't think. Sometimes looks a little bit more rust in the light there, like it looks a little darker. But actually, on the cheeks, it is a really beautiful flush of orange peach to the cheeks. It's very, very nice. And obviously as well, I have been using Pesca quite a lot from Vive as well. These two go hand in hand really, really well. But honestly, again, I haven't been using that much colour on my face. I haven't really been doing very much. So the two things that I've been reaching for that I think I need to look human today, I can't go out looking like a ghost and like I'm probably dying, have been these. This Halo Glow Beauty Wand, the contour one, I ended up picking it up in light medium. Fucking flawless. It's so good. And I know this isn't new. I know this is like times after people have reviewed it. Look at how dirty it is though. I hate these applicators. I don't know why they ever thought let's dupe Charlotte Tilbury, because that application wand is just terrible. But the finish of it, the blendability of it, it's what I've got on today. I've got it kind of at the back and brought it forward. And I have it up on the temples and stuff like that as well, on the jawline. I even done a little bit of my nose today. Who the fuck am I? I don't know. Must have thought I had to be extra for this video. But this is beautiful. This is fantastic. I showed this to my mum as well. And she was like, oh, I'll need to go in and pick one of them up. And even the other day she was down visiting and she was like, I've still not been in and got one of them. I'm going to go and get one. They are very, very good. Very, very reasonable. And some days I'm just putting this on. Sometimes I'm not bothering with blush. I'm just putting this on to make me look a little bit healthier because I am so pale at the moment. I'm as pale as a ghost. I actually have low vitamin D at the moment as well. So, you know, that just goes to show you how fucking dismal and how much I don't see the sun here in Scotland through a very, very, very dark winter. And this one here from Violet FR, this is Louise. This is their most neutral blush from their range, and it is, I think I've said already, this is meant to be a matte blush. I would dispute that. I think they've got a little bit of sheen to them, but it is a really, really nice, just kind of neutral blush. There's not very much to it. So if I've had to feel like I need to be a little bit human, then these two products are what I've been putting on my face. I am still using the Violet FR Universal Highlighter Balm, this one here. I still prefer the Merit one to this, and actually, I don't know if you're going to see this, I haven't had this one as long as I have had the Merit one. The Merit one is still fine. Merit one will be a year old now, and I know that's past the sell by date, but I don't give a shit. But there's actually the little, like, remember when Jaclyn Hill had the lipstick gate and there was like little balls, little like hard bits of stuff? That's what's happening here. I don't know if you can see it. It's not plastic, obviously, but I don't know if you can see the texture on the top. But there are little like crystallized bits of something in this now. And I only picked this one up in November. So it's a little bit annoying. I don't ever apply it straight to my face. I usually put it on my fingers and then dab it on. But I would not purchase this again. I said it before, I think the size of it is not worth the money in comparison to the Merit one. I prefer the look of the Merit one. I think that this one, it's good for travel because it is a little bit smaller. But now as well, with it going like a little bit funny like that and going a bit gristly on the top, no, just buy the Merit one if that's what you're into. Just get that kind of thing. The contour wand, which is like the highlight version, I also bought that when I was kind of reviewing them. Not so much for me. Not so much for me. It's okay, it's nice if you want really high glow sparkle, but I just prefer that slightly more sheer glossy glow rather than a frosty glow. So for me, I prefer things like the Merit or this, but I would say the Merit is better. Eyeshadow, what even is eyeshadow? When's the last time I even put an eyeshadow on? Probably today, to my face. Before that could have been 10 days ago. Don't remember the last time I put an eyeshadow on, but I have still very much been reaching for these. This is the Moondust shadows from Urban Decay. This is the new little quads that they came out with, and this one is Space Rider quad. They did send this to me. However, I do think that these Moondust shadows are really, really nice. I think they're very good. They are most definitely a lid topper palette, and I did do a reel showing kind of different ways to use each one. But for instance, this one here, Star Cowgirl and Space Cowboy and Cosmic Space Dust, like all these ones that I done, I think that I definitely used other shadows from other things to add to it. The only one I used completely on its own was probably Wild Dipper Rides Again. Maybe Space Cowboy I done on its own as well, just with a wing. But I feel like it's definitely a lid topper palette. Definitely. I don't know what this is like selling for at the moment, but what I do know is the individual pans of the Moondust shadows are sometimes between kind of £14 to £20 each, and these were on offer for £26 on Boots a little while ago. So keep your eye out for when they go on offer. That's what I would say if you want to get your hands on something like this, because it was definitely worth it when they were all on offer for 26 quid rather than paying £20 each. Now lips wise, there's a couple of things I want to tell you about. First of all, this from ELF, which is their lip exfoliator. This one is the coffee one. I have seen people speaking about these loads and saying how amazing they are and how they're the best lip exfoliators. I'm so underwhelmed with this product. It smells nice. It does do a little bit of that gritty thing on the lip and take the kind of surface off and smooth things out a little bit, but I am just wildly underwhelmed with this. I won't buy another one. I just was like, what's the point? Why? I don't understand it. Like, what I tend to do is if you take like a baby toothbrush and just kind of buff your lips, maybe while you're in the shower or something like that, just very gently in that area, or even like a flannel, just something on the lips if you feel you've got really dry skin. This really, I don't think this is doing anything. I just don't get it. And people rave about them. I don't get it. I don't like it. I won't buy another one. But a lot of the time at the moment, I have not been putting very much on the lips. I will be doing the Violet FR Bijou Balm, and this is in Batiste. It is Batiste, isn't it? Every time I say that, I go to say Batiste, and I'm like, no, it's Batiste. And again, this is one that I absolutely went back on, because in the very first impression of this, I was like, and now I use it every single day. Again, this is one that I have made a pretty severe dent in, considering I've only had it since November. There's quite a decent amount of that being used, so I am really enjoying that. But a lot of the time at the moment, I have just been putting on lip balms. So this one is the Dior Lip Glow. I'm not saying you have to go and buy the Dior Lip Glow, because they're expensive. I'm not saying that at all. But I have been just reaching for something that will give me a little hint of colour without being too much, because I have just not been wearing anything on my lips really. And even my glossy balm.com, I've been putting that on. I'll wear the pink version of this. This is the kind of corally one. I just haven't been doing it. I just haven't been doing makeup at all really. Again, if I am having a little bit of colour or something on my lips, I've been using this one quite a lot from Melt, which is the Perfectionist Lip Pencil in Cinnamon. But what I'm going to say is I also picked this one up, which is the ELF Cream Glide Lip Liner. And this is in, it says it on the top here, Truth or Bear. I feel like these are probably very good dupes for each other, and the ELF ones are £2. I mean, they are very, very close. This one here is the Melt one. This one here is the ELF one. Another one that I think is quite a good dupe to add in as well is the Rimmel one in Spice, which I've spoken about loads. I'm just going to put that next to it. But I feel like Spice is maybe just that little bit darker. That Spice on the top. But that kind of neutral, but a little hint of something lip, if you want as a lip liner, and then just some balm on the top. That is what I've been going to. Spice is like a favourite. I love Spice. I've bought them over the years from Rimmel. It's funny because I really liked the one from Melt and I was enjoying using it. And then when I picked that one up from ELF, I was like, hold on a second. This is really, really cheap. It's really, really good. And it's definitely a dupe for that one. So I would kind of tell you to just save your money and go and get the ELF one instead. And I kind of think that's it. Again, if I'm going out of a day, I'll maybe stick something through my brows. I've been going to the Brow Glue from NYX quite a lot. I have, if I felt like a brighter blush, if I feel like I bite a brush, which is very, very rare. I've been using the Camo liquid brush, and this one is in Coral Crush, but rarely. I think in the past 3 weeks, it's been on twice, maybe. I've just not been doing it. Because I haven't felt myself. But we're back with a bang. I've filmed 2 videos today. Thank fuck for that. Now I just have to force myself to edit them. But here we are. And we're doing well. And we're going to keep at it. And we're just going to get on. Life keeps chugging. Again, next week I'm going away to Berlin with my friend, which I'm quite excited about. So that will be good fun. And I think there'll be a wee vlog of that. But otherwise, just hoping to God that the weather gets nicer and I feel a little bit more inspired. Because if you didn't see my other video, I was speaking about kind of my life update and just how at the moment I feel like I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here on this channel. Obviously, I love talking about faves and fails. I love an empties video as well. But yeah, I just feel like I like to come on here and talk about life and other shit like that. So if that's your kind of thing, please make sure you've hit the subscription button and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye.